I do want to, before we take our first break, and Frank Isola is going to join us, I'd like you as the resident Celtic fan to help me interpret this answer from Jayson Tatum last night.
I'm ready.
Okay?
This guy.
Because Tatum had this to say after, again, losing Game 2 by 24 after winning Game 1 by 25. And essentially, Cleveland's got the home court advantage now, folks, in this series. Donovan Mitchell, by the way, a terrific game last night, as I mentioned, 29.
Man, he's on one.
Mobley is doing some mad work, too. His fifth double-double of the playoffs, third in a row for Eric Mobley. This is what Jayson Tatum had to say after the game last night about, the Celtics, what would you say here?
I think there's been a narrative all season that they're a super team.
Okay, certainly with 60 wins, right? I mean, that's what you get when you win 60 basketball games. Hit it.
I mean, that's the narrative that you might see on TV. The idea that we have a super team. We didn't have a coach of the year. We didn't have the MVP. We only had 2 All-Stars. So they say we're a super team, but, we didn't get rewarded like we are. But, we know we got a good team. We're not perfect. We play the right way more often than not. And we know we got to be better.
Speaking of not perfect, it's Evan Mobley. Did I say Eric? That's what Hoskins just got in my ears. At any rate, so interpret that for me. What is it? What is that? What does that mean?
Just seems like a bunch of excuses, man, for going 8 of 35 from 3, 7 of 17 from the field for him, 41% as a team. What do we got? Only 7 turnovers, but that was fine. But this is just a team that just does this. They're the best team in the NBA. They're historically great. Offensively and defensively and shooting the three-point ball. But for some reason or another, they can't win home playoff games. What's the point of being the 1 seed if you're going to be 14-14 over your last 28 home playoff games?
So, but what is he saying? Is he saying, the narrative is that we're unbeatable and we're beatable? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Just feels like... we didn't get Coach of the Year. We don't have a top 5 MVP.
So they don't. They're disrespected. They're disrespected.
They're disrespected. So why would you expect us to win every game by 20? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't like it. I want to see Tatum have a 40-point game and put this series to bed. You're home. This team is not as good as you. They are an inferior basketball team compared to you and what you've done all season. Come out and show everyone, especially in front of the home crowd on national TV. You're back-to-back first-team All-NBA player. You want to be in the MVP conversation, but you're going 7 for 17 and minus 22 in the game. Come on, man. We're waiting. I've been making excuses for Tatum for the last 5 years. I love this guy. But let's go, bro. Put your stamp on it because Anthony Edwards is taking all your shine, and it's going to be his league now
SGA
instead of yours.
Brunson.
It should be yours.
Brunson on half of
all these other guys. Body. Exactly.
Half a body puts in
Brunson
29.
Walk. He's 5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing, and he is the king of the fourth. This guy's scoring 40 points every night out.
King of the fourth. I like it.
He is an inferior basketball talent
Winter
to you.
is coming.
Tatum is 6'10" and has every move in his bag, and he's just not as good as these other guys.
Josh Hart's playing 48 and triple-doubling his head off.
Right.
The big Ragu's making shots, and this guy from Duke.
Come on, man.
Complain that they're not a super team.
Be the hero we want you to be, and we've built you up to be. Come on, man.
Super team, bro.
Well, he says they're not a super team, though. You're not a super team, bro.
These were trades. These wasn't 3 players conspiring to join somewhere in free agency. Big difference.
That's the point. Like a super team is something that's
no.
They drafted through 2 stars.
A super team is collecting.
Yeah, pieces
all world, right? This super team they are a super team.
But they drafted well and
well and made moves.
They're a super team. They play incrudely well together. They
won
are
the
very
most games
deep.
in Celtics history
They
this year.
did,
That's
which
insane
means that they shouldn't lose a playoff game at home by 24 after winning one by 25.
Thank you,
unless
Rich
they're
Eisen.
Fugazi. Are they Fugazi?
No, the problem is
this brings it all full circle.
The toughest player that we've ever had on this collective team was the head coach who got himself fired.
Udoka you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been
He
saying
was
that
the
for 2
toughest
years.
guy on this team. He's the only player that would sack up in a big moment.
Well, you traded your other toughest guy to Memphis.
We had maxed out with Marcus Smart, unfortunately.
I would take Jrue Holiday over Marcus Smart, and I love Marcus Smart.
I love him too.
But
and
he's
he
one of
really
you-
tapped into the fans, but he did a lot. He was the king of the what are you doing?
The
dude?
turnovers.
Just dumb shots, bad turnovers.
Like, listen, just to bring it all full circle,
really
we're treating this
frustrating.
like it's the NFL.
It's frustrating.
You know what I mean? The NBA playoffs are not like the
This
NFL.
literally happened a week and a half ago,
Right.
And then they blew out Miami in the last 3
Exactly.
games.
So we'll see what happens.
You know,
but one thing is,
I want to calm down.
One
but
thing we definitely know for sure.
tough.
One thing we definitely know for sure, tonight in Indianapolis, is the Pacers are going to get a ton more calls.
Oh, they're gonna-
And then on top of it,
30 more
somebody from the Knicks is going to wind up getting a hangnail and then wind up on crutches because of it. And they're going to turn to John Starks and say, "How many minutes can you give us?"
12.
So I hope he made the flight.
It's very
Because that's what's
possible.
happening with the Knicks these days.
very
And they might win anyway. Fantastic. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.